let's go on to BBD's Phillies versus your Padres, Trevor. And this is fun postseason. I mean, be careful if you're the next pitcher coming in. Let's I guess we can burn it quick, peeps.
Burn it up.
This
was a hell of a game, man. What a series, too.
Intense. We're heading out. Trevor Plouffe has juice in Philadelphia as the Padres and Phils go for game 4. A little opener day. How about it? And you hope Bailey doesn't falter against his Padres lineup. And bad news, he did. Manny Machado, homer. Brandon Drury with the 2 RBI double. And Kim Possible as Ha-Song makes it 4-0 Padres in the first. How's your burger? But it would be not as much sunshine on the other side as Clevenger gets rocked. Reeser with the 2-run homer. Good fortitude to make it 4-2. And then Bryce Harper, Philly legend, with the RBI double. After 1 inning, it is 4-3. Hold on to your dicks. Bryson Stott's an RBI single, tied up at 4s in the 4th. But here he is. Juan Soto has joined the party. It is 6-4 after his 2-run ding-dong. Oh, Trev, these Phillies, man, up and down the lineup. A 5th inning where they put up another 4-spot. Reeser again. Harper again. Castellanos with the RBI single. It is 8-6 Phillies. Make it 9-6-9. Very nice, BBD. Schwarbo. Oh, my God. That beard doesn't connect, but the bat does. And then Realmuto puts the icing on the cake with a homer of his own. Phillies B-Pen comes in and gets it done on a bullpen day. Falter, Brogdon, Bellotti, Hand, Syndergaard, Robertson, and Eflin. Phillies take a 3-1 lead in the NLCS over the Daddies. Ooh, babe.
Jakey boy.
Yeah. Trev.
What a first inning that we had there. This is the type of baseball that we love to see. Okay. Bullpen games, there's going to be some runs scored, usually not this many in the first inning. And this is what Philly's been doing all the time. And actually, both teams have been doing this throughout this series, answering. Like, shutdown innings are very hard to come by against the Phillies and even the Padres. And I don't think offense is necessarily their calling card of their team, but they've been able to answer. They've had timely hitting. They've had some homers. They got some guys that can do it. I love Machado coming up right there. There was a bunch of Manny sucks chants going on, and he hits the homer, puts the, I didn't hear anything there. But man, oh man, this is the Rhys Hoskins kind of coming out party. Because after the top, which I said before the show started, there was the Drury double there. Because you have the solo home run in the first, great. Drury hits this ball to right field, hits it great. This is not like an easy catch, but Castellanos almost gets there, whiffs on that one, then they go up. But the answer back at that, Hoskins with a 2-run homer, and then Bryce has looked absolutely incredible this whole series, just driving the ball to right center, to left center. You really know he's going when things are kind of in the middle of the field, and that's how it's going right now. But a relentless offensive day for the Phillies. Those top 5 hitters, man, they're all kind of getting hot. Remember, Schwarber and Hoskins were really struggling. They were talking, is Topper going to move these guys from the top of the lineup? And he said no. And I told you guys, they can get hot at any moment. Boy, oh boy, are they hot. Realmuto doing his thing. And I want to say one thing about Realmuto, and then I'll let you kind of speak on this. I put him in my hot guy list very early on, and people were like, what are you doing? Have you seen JT Realmuto? Do you understand what this guy is about? A catcher who can steal bags, has like the fastest pop times in the sport, See him with his shirt off one time, will you? The guy is jacked. He's got everything you need, man. What an athlete. Jake, what's up?
I almost tweeted that out last night, and you know what it is? The catcher's mask, whatever it does, covering his forehead and like his hair normally. It's like in the 90s movie when like the cute girl takes off her glasses for the first time and everyone's like, whoa. Dude, when they interviewed him after the homer and he didn't have the catcher's gear on and he had no hat, the hair and the little bit of facial hair, I was like, whoa, JT Realmuto. We need to talk about this more.
You guys, man.
Philly, hello. Trev, I'm gonna reverse engineer this, which is a funny term that I just like to use whenever I can, because I think the story is hitting. So I want to check off some of the pitching a little bit. Nick Martinez shoved for the Padres. He was really the only guy. Every other Padres pitcher until Morahone, who gets the final inning, gave up runs. And Clevenger and Manaea, man, Clev comes out for the start. He's been cheeks lately. Manaea comes out. He has not pitched, I think, since October 4th or something like that. 1.15 earned from Manaea. Clevenger does not record an out. Those are two pieces that this organization brought in the past couple of years. You know, Clevenger had the bad injury. Manaea came in and, was their 4-5 starter. Meanwhile, for the Phillies, and this is where it changes. Bailey Falter gets hit, and Brad Hand gets knocked around or gives up the homer. But everyone else, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that did their job, and Brogdon, Bilotti, Syndergaard, Robertson, and Eflin. And there's a couple acquisitions in there as well that, yeah, the Phillies pitching outdid the Padres pitching. How much does that tie into the lineup? It could be a lot because it's Hoskins, it's Schwarber, it's Harper and Realmuto clicking. That, yeah, man. I mean, Philly in that building right now feels invincible. Another Philly reference there.
That was good. I didn't catch that one. I'm glad you pointed it out. Okay. Now I'm hot. So you mentioned all those guys that pitch, and there was a lot of them that pitched for the Phillies yesterday. You know who they didn't throw? Their two best relievers right now, Alvarado and Sir Anthony Dominguez. That is, I think, a massive kind of storyline in here. You get those guys rested for a potential clinching game here. They have all the good bullpen guys going. It's the Phillies have kind of morphed into the team that we all thought they could be. And I've been kind of talking about this team for a couple of years now. I said, dude, like, they have a lineup. They can go bang the ball around. And then you have the high-end pitching. The bullpen was supposed to be a weakness. And there's a little bit, there's – what's the word I'm looking for?
Tell me.
There's some chinks in the armor. Kinks in the armor?
Kinks in the armor.
Like when Legolas and they're about to fight at Helm's Deep and they're like, they're seeing the Urukai come up and they're like, what do we do? And Legolas is like, their armor is, weak at the, like in the shoulder and at the neck. And he like just shoots one at the neck. And he's like, see, I told you. Like there's some things out there, but they've been coming up big in big situations. In this bullpen game, I mean, you get the 4th spot, things are looking bleak, but then Juan Soto homer, that's the only other offense that goes for the Padres. And then you have that relentless Philly lineup. And it seems now like you just got, 6 runs they scored. San Diego, but not enough. And that's kind of what it seems like right now. Like you're going to have to try to outscore a lineup that's just clicking. Like 5 real deal power threats at the top of the lineup clicking all together. That is a daunting task. And we're seeing San Diego have to deal with that right now.
Well, and now we're hitting the part of the series because, with bullpen usage and how these series are now set up, not having the off day, potentially travel day coming up. San Diego, part of their winning formula, I mean, Martinez is a big part of that, and can be, but he'll be out 43 pitches. But, the other guys that got hit here, Manaea and Clevenger, those guys aren't going to take the bump again in this series. They have their plan with Hader, who does not pitch in this game as well. And, I know we'll get to Darvish and Wheeler in a minute, but if you're San Diego, maybe that's what you can take away from this. You had Manaea and Clevenger give up 8 of the 10 runs, and they won't be participating in this series anymore. So that's maybe a little bit of a silver lining playbook, another Philly reference, for the Padres, but also
hey, things got a little rocky for the Padres last night.
Yeah, hey now, Embiid. The Phillies lineup, dude. I mean, the dudes are being dudes, and coming off of watching the Yankees, like talk about feeling just night and day. It feels like every at bat they have a chance to hit a 2-run homer, and I would kill to feel that emotion for the Yankees.
Here's some I don't have another Philly reference. I don't know.
That's okay. We'll get some.
Yeah. Here's something that you can think about if you're a Padres fan. You got to win 3 games in a row. But you got Darvish, you got Snell, and you got Musgrove. And you can say, I can envision a scenario where those 3 guys have great outings. And we can bring, if Darvish gets the job done tonight, we can bring the series back to San Diego, and we can be in front of our home crowd, and it'll be rocking, and it puts the pressure on the Phillies. The problem is, if you got those top 5 guys hot, swinging the bat, it's just hard to keep up with that. It really is, man. And guess what? You're going up against Wheeler and Nola, dude. Like this series isn't over. Like 100% the Padres are still in it. Man, their backs are against the wall, going up against 2 absolutely stud pitchers with a stud lineup going off. It's going to be very, very difficult. And now we can kind of dream upon a Phillies-Houston World Series. And I don't think a lot of people had that in the book. But I think that might be one of the more compelling, entertaining series that we could have matched up.
Well, in sports, we love the balance or the storyline of, a really good offense versus a really good defense. If we get there, I mean, Houston's pitching versus Philly's offense is kind of what you want to see, right? Like Houston's kind of setting the bar pitching wise across baseball. And right now, the Phillies offensively, and I'll say more than right now, like we came into the year saying, the Phillies are built on offense, and coming into this series, even I said, I like the Padres. The Phillies can outmash them in their lineup, but I like the Padres in every other facet just a little bit more. Well, guess what? Because the Phillies have that team masher identity when they're doing it right, that's better, and that can't be beat. And that's the story of this playoffs between, you win if you out homer the other team and you score first, all those stats you keep seeing, Philly can do that with the best of them. So that being said, I don't think this series is over. The Padres have their big 3 lined up. Hader, you're going to need some special bullpen performances. And the guys on the Padres side, it's not like are dead like Soto homers yesterday. Machado's stats are still good. Josh Bell and Drury are contributing that. If you get it back to San Diego, things get a little interesting. I think Philly, and this is going to sound dumb, Philly's going for the death punch tonight, and Wheeler could shut him out for 7. They could kick it to Sir Anthony and Alvarado, and we could be tipping our hats and start scouting Houston. If San Diego gets tonight, then you've got Nola lined up, which that's obviously it's another crazy difficult task, but you're back in San Diego.
He didn't have a great start in San Diego. He gave some runs.
And if you can get there, now think about what we're talking about. Wheeler and Nola are their big bad wolves. Like, there is a path for San Diego. They just made it a very hard path. And by the way, I don't think you're going to hear me, Trev, saying confidently like Padres in 7, because the Phillies could win 10-2 tonight, and it wouldn't be shocking at all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of different ways the series could go. I mean, the most likely thing is, the Phillies just kind of end it. But I don't think if you're a Padres fan, like there's no hope left. I mean, look at who you have going for you. And if you just get a shutdown inning last night, like, that's insane to me. Like, you have Clev out there who, like, I know he hasn't been, the Clev of old, but you have him out there and you're like, I got to feel pretty good. We just banged up their opener. We got Clev going. If you get a shutdown inning right there, the whole series is different. But instead, the Phillies answer with 3. And that is as pumped up as you are about taking a 4-0 lead in the top of the first. It's almost worse for your team to just go back and give up 3 right away. It's like, dude, what are we supposed to do here as an offense? Now you're like, how many more do we got to score tonight? And then you start to put the pressure on. And, I don't think the Padres are necessarily built for that. If you're going to give up this many runs to the Phillies, I don't think they're built to come back. Although, I mean, God, sometimes I look at their lineup and I'm like, they could swing it.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult for them, obviously, to say something very obvious.
I'll tell Philly fans this, and they'll probably be mad about it. It was $15, and it's $15 that I'll maybe never get back. I just put it on Padres to come back and win the series. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a losing bet. But it was good. It was 15 to win like $100. So I was like, screw it. I'd rather something like that. Math guy.
Okay.
I don't believe in it, but I think crazier things have happened. So, and you know what, Philly? Guess what? A sneaky rooting for you, because if there's a World Series game in Philly, we might get something going. That's all I'm saying. Anything else, T-Pain?
Shout out to the fans in Philly, man. They've just absolutely shown up and done the
awesome
thing, man. Awesome. What a great atmosphere. And Bryce is just yucking it up, dude. Doing the Phillies. Bro, you're from Las Vegas. Just relax a little bit.
He's having
15
fun.
15 years, $1 million billion. So I guess you have to like him.
He's a treat, man.
No, he's awesome,
how much
dude. He is
how much he cares for, and that was Cole Tucker kept saying that, like, just even how well the outfit goes together, like, the from the hair to the gloves to the socks to the shoes, and it's like, Harper, some of it's a little premeditated, but guess what? It's because he fucking cares. Like,
baseball is life, bro.
That's it. That's it for him. And that's, how could you not want that from your superstar? All right. We will be back 10 a.m. potentially recapping 2 games for the last time. Sheesh. Coming up on World Series week.
I'll be out there, New York.
Trev's coming out.
Jake sucks, and the Yankees offense. What did I say? I'm sorry.
Ring the Liberty Bell.
Rittenhouse Square. Lived there when I was a kid. People forget I was a Major League Baseball player all the time.
Citizen Bank Park, the original White House.
McMill.